Welcome to the Friday Value video. This is video number 3 in a series about lifelong well-being. And in the first video, I asked you this all-important question: do you have lifelong well-being? And then I gave you a very simple yes or no 7-question quiz. And I started reviewing, and we got through the first 3 questions, how important they are and why they matter. And so now we are up to question number 4. And I'm hoping you've been paying attention and maybe even taking some notes, and you've decided you're going to do something about this before we even end this series. But if not, I'm hoping today will make a difference for you. So, question number 4 was, can you do at least 15 squats in 30 seconds? And yes, this is critical. Now, if you've got knee issues or hip issues or some kind of a pain that really prevents you from doing this, there are ways to train your body to work around that without feeling like you're punching yourself in a joint every time you do a repetition. There are a lot of ways to train the body, but I don't want to get off on a tangent. Maybe that'll be a future series. But in the meantime, can you do at least 15 squats in 30 seconds? Most of my Have Lifelong Wellbeing Academy students can do this. You know, they're pretty much in their 60s or older. Some are a little bit younger, but most are 60 or older, and some are in their 70s, their 80s. And they can do this, and many can do even more than this. I just tested myself before I recorded this, and I could do 20. And I don't spend 4 hours a day in the gym. And I just turned 67. So this what we see as common as we get older is not normal. But it's so common that even the objective test measurements tell us that it's supposed to happen. So look at this. This is the data. This is, they consider this a real world strength and longevity test. And they say as long as you can do this, depending on your age, you're okay. But men are expected to reduce their ability to do squats by half as they age, and women the same, by half. Now, why is it when I'm in my 80s, I should only be able to do 8 squats when right now I'm heading towards 70 and I can do 30? Or I'm sorry, 20. I can do 20. So what's going on here? Why are we being expected to decline? Because something is commonly seen does not mean it's normal. So don't feed into this. If you see something, that says you're going to decline as you age, ignore it, reject it. It's a lie from the pit of hell, and go for the higher numbers. Okay? Because decline's inevitable if you fall into that trap of believing you're supposed to. Okay, question number 5. Can you stand up without using your arms? And then I added a little caveat: after sitting without stiffness. Why is this important? Well, first answer yes or no. Can you stand up without using your arms? And can you stand up after sitting without stiffness? Why is this so important? Well, if you need to use your arms to get up, or if you plop when you sit, you have some serious weakness in major muscle groups. And that will lead to decline. That will lead to decreased independence. I had a man who was 86 years old who came into the clinic who could not stand up from a chair without help from his wife. And he used to be very active, walked to the corner store every morning. His wife brought him in. She was very concerned about his decline. So was his doctor. And he looked up at me and said, "Don't you think at my age I should be allowed to rest?" So he had fallen into that trap. I'm supposed to decline. I'm old. Well, I told him, if you want your wife to dust you off once a day. He was a little surprised at my answer, but within 2 or 3 weeks, he was leg pressing over 200 pounds and getting up out of the chair like a shot. His independence was restored. But had he done nothing? Oh my gosh, what would his future have held? Eventually, he would have ended up in a nursing home. His wife wouldn't be able to manage his needs, not safely and well, if he continued to decline, which would have happened. So, if you need to use your arms to get up, or if you plop when you sit, you have some serious weakness in major muscle groups, and this is inevitable for decline. Do something about it now. Do not wait. And then the stiffness thing. The number one reason I added this as a caveat, and you won't necessarily find this on some objective test, but if you sit for more than a few minutes, do you have back pain when you're trying to stand up straight? Do you struggle? Those front hip muscles are locked short. Well, guess what? They attach to your lumbar spine and they're pulling on your lumbar spine when you go to stand up. That's why you're getting the pain in the low back. But guess what? It's not your back. It's your hips. So training your hips will help your back. There's so many things that you can learn. I've been teaching this for decades and seen so many people set free from a lot of this stuff that's considered normal as we age. It's not normal. It's just common. And I want you to be normally uncommon or uncommonly normal, however you want to put it. So we will finish this up next week, but in the meantime, I really want you to get 7 yeses so you can have lifelong well-being.